Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, yeah! Get ready!
Professional drag racer Hillary Will gambles with her life every time she climbs behind the wheel. But today, the Grim Reaper is about to call her bluff. At a speed of 300 miles an hour, Hillary's car explodes inexplicably in a churning tornado of debris.
Whoa, the car's on fire!
The horrific accident scatters wreckage all over the track.
Everybody remain calm.
Emergency crews aren't even sure which twisted hunk of metal contains Hillary. Finally, EMS workers locate the cockpit and make a stunning discovery. Hillary is still alive.
Driver's up and walking around.
Once the car stopped, I took a deep breath and I pinched myself, literally, and I wiggled my fingers and toes, and it was like, oh my gosh, am I still here?
Her survival is nothing short of a miracle. Of the thousands of moving parts in her vehicle, Hillary is the only thing to come through entirely intact.
It was complete destruction. We were going 300 miles an hour, and it just came apart.
Keep an eye on the driver's cage as the dragster splinters.
My car actually did exactly what it was built to do. All the heavy things detached from me. The tires went a whole different direction. The motor went 30 feet in the air and over the wall. Front end went into hundreds of pieces away from me, but the cockpit where I sit stayed completely intact.
Hillary's only injury is a bruised right arm. The cause of the crash is unknown, but even without answers, the gutsy driver is back on the track just 2 days later.
You can't have fear driving one of these cars. This is my job.
It's a testament to Hillary's driving will in the face of a disaster that nearly ended her career and her life.
Whoa, the car's on fire!
Woodstock, Georgia. A drunken lady driver takes police on a chase full of shocking surprises. Officer David Wooltridge can tell the suspect is trouble early on.
I noticed that the van was driving very erratically. She sideswiped a truck that was pulling a car carrier. She actually hit the car carrier. She changes lanes and strikes the rear end of a car. Hit it pretty hard.
The punishing impact sends both vehicles reeling.
I had my lights on, I turned the siren on to try to get her to stop.
But the DUI dame isn't done yet. She scrapes the wall in an attempt to stay straight and drives on into busy traffic.
She didn't stop. I don't know that it was a refusal to stop. I just don't think she knew I was behind her.
Her erratic behavior threatens all in her path.
Her brakes lock up and smoke coming from her tires.
This guy's caused several accidents. I got to have somebody out there.
But when rush hour traffic comes to a full stop, cops choose to move in and spot children inside the van. Intoxicated and out of control, the deadbeat mom is finally pulled off the road.
Why didn't you stop when you hit all those cars? You put all those kids' lives in danger.
She's sent to dry out in jail.
Besides drinking, what else have you done?
Her days of heavy drinking and heavy traffic are hopefully over.
I felt she just didn't know I was there. She was so out of it.
Escondido, California. Businesses across town are on high alert. A woman in a Santa hat has been robbing convenience stores. This clerk has heard the warnings, but has no idea that he's next on her list. The larcenous Mrs. Claus bursts in, waving her gun, and orders him to the ground. He fears one wrong move could earn him a bullet to the head. She vaults over the counter and takes dead aim at the terrified cashier. He cleans out the register and pleads with her to leave. Thankfully, the gun-toting lady isn't in a killing mood. As fast as she came in, the bandit is gone. A few days later, the woman is pulled over on a traffic violation. She almost gets away with a speeding ticket until cops spot her Santa hat in the back seat. The callous lady can now look forward to a jolly old time behind bars.
Still to come, a boozed-up driver is taken off the road. But this gal's not going down without a fight. Plus, a group of girls clash tooth and nail in a vicious street fight. And a woman shows off her naughty side when she steals an inflatable Santa. Utmost daring. Lethal Lady.
Rose Pine, Louisiana. Officer James Parrott pulls over a couple in a speeding SUV.
Driver, step out of vehicle.
The female driver seems calm and cooperative, but looks can be deceiving.
Been drinking tonight, huh? I was very honest with you. I've been drinking again.
The cop suspects she's had a few too many. And when he tests her sobriety,
Well, I'm gonna do it. What we call a sobriety test.
she tests his patience.
Tell you on your 50-foot, sit you off the ground. Wait till I tell you. Look at the toe.
Uncle Sam is.
Okay, look at it. Come and stay right here. Look at my car, okay? Stand there, look at my car. Can you do that there? Yeah, Take 9 steps back. You recite your alphabet for me.
I can do it all. You want me to do the whole thing?
It's an obvious fail. With backup on the scene, Officer Parrott leads her to his cruiser.
This time you've been placed under arrest for DWI. Do you have anything else I need to know about?
You already arrested me.
Suddenly, the girl's boyfriend comes to her defense,
Stay in the vehicle right now.
releasing a killer attack dog.
Shoot. Shoot.
Or so he thinks. With his tail wagging, the friendly canine just isn't concerned,
We can't have anything.
even as the boyfriend gets cuffed too. But in the back of the patrol car,
Daddy, come get me!
the drunken daddy's girl is too much to handle.
Oh my God, why is he here?
I don't know, break it out the window.
A swift kick, and the glass gives way.
Okay, we just arrived. If you start there, the window's
I
open.
be in here.
The window's open.
Yeah, please let me back.
No, ma'am.
I need to get out of here.
No, ma'am. You need to stay right here.
DWI, resisting arrest, and destruction of property. This wild young woman faces a host of charges for a bad decision to drive smashed. Independence, Missouri. KNC Car Lot has a holiday tradition. Decorating their business with giant inflatables. But a Grinch is on the prowl. A woman in a sedan cases the lot by day and returns that night. The blonde schemer retreats to her car, having pulled the plug on Frosty and Mr. Claus. By morning, the snowman has melted, and St. Nick is a floppy old elf. Easy pickings for this Christmas thief. Jeremy Hill arrives moments later to the unmerry sight.
Our Christmas decorations were missing. It bothered me that someone came and stole our Christmas stuff. It just didn't seem right.
Fortunately, the surveillance camera puts a face to the crime.
I was very surprised it was a woman. She just loading up stuff in the back of her car, like nothing. Like it's hers.
A tip leads police and news crews to the woman's house,
Ma'am, did you steal this?
where she had put the figures on display in her yard.
One by one. Ma'am, did you steal that snowman, the Santa Claus?
Bad girl, bad girl.
Now, instead of enjoying Yuletide cheer at home, she's singing the holiday blues.
By one. Ma'am, did you steal that snowman?
Modesto, California. Dee Dee McCarty works the bar at Ridgeway's restaurant. Like most nights, it's a friendly scene and an unlikely target for three teenage girls looking for some quick cash.
These girls came into the bar, and I could tell they were not 21. And I walked over, and they said we had nowhere else to go. And I said, well, you can't stay in here.
Denied from the bar, the trio moves into the restaurant. Their strange behavior has Dee Dee on edge. Clearly up to no good, one girl asks for change to see how a waitress works the register. Then the group feigns an exit. But once the coast is clear, the brazen teen makes a bold move. With her fists full of cash, the ringleader and her friends bolt into the night. But these teenage masterminds forgot one little thing: the cameras that captured their every move. A vigilant customer recognizes one of the girls, and it's not long before cops make an arrest.
I'm glad justice was done, and I hope that they learned something from this, because if they weren't caught, they probably would have tried to do it again somewhere else.
It's a lesson these young women were slow to learn. Break the law, pay the price.
Coming up, an agitated lady blows her top in court. Plus, a wife deals out four-wheel justice on her cheating husband. And
I've never seen anything like this before.
a mom on the run takes a destructive detour through L.A. streets.
This is unbelievable.
Then, a talk show host is caught in the crossfire by a hot-blooded politician. A most daring, the lady